Hello and welcome to the Bald and Beardiful. I am Bryce
I'm Chris,
and I am bald.
and I'm Beardiful. Wow, the season's really flying by, isn't it?
Yeah, we're starting off week 11. We got another 6 weeks of the regular season.
That sounds right. Yeah,
Yes, 16 games of the team, 17 weeks total, including the bye week.
yeah. So that
So,
makes sense.
six more, I guess, after this one, because usually
After
it's
this one,
after this one. Is that why it sounds about right?
yeah, you got it. Math is hard.
Math is indeed hard. I mean, not when it comes to these scores that we're getting. That math is painful. It's not hard. It's just painful. Some worse than others. I'm definitely gonna say. Not definitely not gonna throw any spoilers unless anyone else is keeping track of really how we're doing.
I mean, if it wasn't for the app, I wouldn't know how I was doing.
Is that out of like ignorance or is it out of not wanting to know?
A little bit of both. A
A
little
little bit of
column A,
both.
a little column B.
Fair enough. I will. I think we just need to get into it because I'm overall I'm not happy with my score, but I can't necessarily be disappointed either. Do you want to comment?
No,
No, not at all. You don't want to say.
no. There's a reason why we have graphics. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, it is indeed, and a lot of those words for you is not in a good place.
Or
Uh,
family friendly.
or family friendly, yeah. This family friendly version is you tied in a three-way tie for 106th place this week. 106 out of 113 people you tied for third. So, I mean, overall, one, two, three, four, five. You are six from the absolute bottom.
Yeah. But do you realize, like, okay, so I'm like minus like 148 or something like that, like overall on the season, right?
Are you going for like the worst prize of the season?
I'm
Is
thinking,
that
I've thought about it, right? So I looked it up. I was like, okay, so what happens if I just tank the season and I take the booby prize, right, for this particular season? There is somebody right now that has minus 223 points. I don't even know if I like really tried if I could catch up in the opposite direction.
uh, I'm sure if you tried, you could. But then again, this person could easily have been doing this from the beginning, or they're really that bad. I would hope that they're trying.
I mean, they especially like this week, you very easily could have been on the opposite side of like some really bad scores, right? So, like you, for example, with Mister New Orleans at minus 29.5 points, right?
Right.
So
Yeah. Saints and Falcons both coming off of a bye week. And even there, Saints were at home, were favored, and Atlanta, who decided, yeah, we want to come play today.
Well, Matt Ryan came back, and I kind of that's why I stayed away from that game. Like, I still felt that New Orleans was going to win, but I figured it would be closer than like people were thinking because of Atlanta's poor performance the week before. But that really was due to like not having Matt Ryan in the lineup. He definitely makes a difference. Even though this is the year of the backup quarterback, not every team apparently has a sleeper of a quarterback on their bench.
Well, they
Um,
should.
yeah, no kidding, right?
Well, let's go through these. Let's do we have any of the same on here? No, just
KC.
one. Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, start with KC then. KC, we both thought was going to do well against Tennessee. Tennessee being they haven't been performing, especially at home. They've been really not performing at home.
Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes was coming back in for this one. The defensive front of the KC defense was supposed to be like leading the league in stats and whatever and blah 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 blah. But like they couldn't stop the run to save their lives. They were definitely not up to their
Yeah, go
reputation.
Henry. All those points on my bench.
Yeah, I saw that. I should have traded you
Son of a.
because that's who I was going to trade you for. If I did trade you Emmanuel Sanders, I was going to take Derrick Henry, and I would have had to play him this week. I still would have lost, but I would have had to play him.
Right.
uh,
Yeah, no, Henry, he has some good weeks. And actually, yeah, you did offer me that trade for Allen, and I'm very glad I didn't make that trade for the same reason that I messaged you or texted you or however we communicated. Was Allen has been under double digits every week thus far, and Henry, even though he's had a couple of bad weeks, is usually good for double digits. Oh, and I still sat him. I don't know. I sat him because Gurley was coming off of a bye. Um, Williams for Kansas City, I thought was going to run all over Tennessee. He did not. And who was my third? I have the Samuels, the Pittsburgh backup, who, when he plays with Connor, apparently does very well. But when he's on the front lines, he's not doing anything. Anyway, we're talking way too much about fantasy. Let's. I'm gonna finish up my picks here. So yeah, Kansas City put me in the negative. New Orleans really put me in the negative. I picked Baltimore. They gave me hope. I mean, I was cheering on a rival team like no other because they demolished Cincinnati. Cincinnati again. I think they were just off a bye week too. Division team at home, and they got destroyed, absolutely destroyed. Just picked apart by the Baltimore defense. Green Bay coming back with a better week than the previous with the Chargers. Overall, I can't be unhappy with that pick, even though they only got me 3 points. Seattle, if you did not watch the Seattle-San Francisco game, oh my God, you missed out. That was a tough game. That is back and forth with the defense. Good defense on both sides, good offense on both sides. Nail biter from start to finish. Literally 4 seconds left on the overtime clock is what finally put Seattle over and for the win. We will just end if you want to hear results of the side bet, you have to log into our next video.
this whole week is more of the same for me. Like
This is not the same for you. This is probably one of the worst weeks you've had.
it's one. Actually, I think I have a week where I was like minus 40 something points. I think I have 1 week that was worse than this, but it like started off with Kansas City not being able to stop the run. Then it continued with the Giants losing the home, away game, whatever, to the Jets somehow. Not really sure like what's going on with them. Maybe this is a lack of defense. I don't know. Like they definitely have the tools to beat the Jets, and they should have won this handedly.
I didn't actually watch this game. Did they put Eli back in, or what happened?
Nope.
No.
Nope. QB did well. The QB did well through the whole game. I just think their defense just can't manage to keep up, and that's really what it is. Let's see. Arizona gave me a little bit of hope. They looked like they were going to pull out a solid win for a second and mitigate a little bit of my downward start. Downward start. I don't even know how else to explain that one, but
they covered the spread.
They did cover the spread, so I did get positive a point out of them, which is good. I'll take it.
Just looking at the ESPN.com at their total defensive stats of all NFL, Arizona is most in total yards allowed. So, I mean, I think that score kind of helps to that aspect.
Oh, yeah. And then Miami manages to have more wins in November so far than New England and fired their head coach.
Wait, they won that game and then fired the head coach?
Yeah, he won
I
2
did,
games in November and then got fired.
I did not hear about this. Wow.
I guess this no Ty, no Jacoby Brissett, but even so, like Brian Hoyer definitely had the tools to win this game, and like Indianapolis's defense isn't horrible either, but Fitzmagic screws me once again.
Yeah.
And then we ended up on opposite sides of the Monday night game.
And really, that could have gone either way. Wow. I mean, either pick was a decent pick.
Yeah, super great game, real exciting, back and forth, lots of drama. Just a fun game to watch. I honestly like there was a good chance there. Like I was really like I was watching intently. They were going to end in a tie, which would have been hilarious.
It would have been great. Well, it would have been great for me because it still would have given me positive points.
But yeah, just I don't know. This season's just been awful for me. I cannot seem to get on the right side of whatever trending is happening. I also feel like the people who are winning, the people who are scoring like huge amount of points, are just getting extremely lucky. Like looking at some of their picks, like picks from last week, like people picking Miami against Indianapolis in Indianapolis. Like who's picking that, right?
I mean, whoever picked Atlanta against New Orleans when Atlanta's been not performing for the beginning of the season.
I don't mind that pick just for the spread. Like I can wrap my head around picking Atlanta minus 12.5 with Matt Ryan coming back into the lineup, right? Maybe
Okay.
not expecting them to win, but expecting the game to be close. Like win by a field goal, I get like 9 almost 10 points right there. Or they might like win by a field goal, right? Let's say it comes down to it and Atlanta ends up winning by a field goal. That's 15 points. Something to that effect, I totally would see. Not this like just blow them out of the water 26-9 score, right?
Right. I guess I should have looked up on my news on that one, and who knows? But I have to say it before we move on to the next slide. Is I called it. I said it was going to happen, and it happened. If you didn't listen to our last our full episode, I don't know. It's not the in betweener episode, but I don't know what to really call these anymore. But I said as soon as New England loses a game, San Francisco is going to lose at least if not that same week, the next week. And I said it on our last episode, and I said it was going to happen, and it happened. It actually happened. I called it, and it's on record.
Like I said, it would have been way better if it was a tie.
Well, not if it was a tie at 23 apiece. That would have not been fun.
Nah. Yeah, I was watching that too. I was like, somebody needs to score. Somebody needs to score. Oh, overtime. There it is. All right.
Yeah, as soon as they hit overtime, we're like, all right, well, I mean, until it's 4 seconds left and go, if he misses, it's still, we're still, oh no, because it was ahead by then. I think it was like 24-24. Yeah, 24-24 at the, at overtime. So we were fine. Ugh.
All right. Well, last week, week 10 ended on Veterans Day, but I guess it is the week of Veterans Day.
Yep. This month, the Monday of the 49ers Seahawks game was Veterans Day, but this one we are going to pay tribute to the red, white, and beautiful people out there.
All right. Let's get into some picks. Like these were so last minute though.
Oh, they were so last. No, we didn't decide to record this and for a couple hours ago. And at the time, I asked you. You remember what you said to me?
Let's do it Thursday.
No, you said the spreads aren't out yet.
Oh, they weren't. They weren't. My app hadn't updated. I hadn't seen the spreads yet. So zero research went into this. Like
Literally, the moment you said that, I went onto the app and opened it up, and we're like, "Yeah, they are. They're right there."
yeah, because I was checking all day. Because normally they come out by noon on Tuesday. At least most of them. Every once in a while, there's one game that they just for whatever reason don't post a spread. for some reason, I haven't really gotten like a clear answer on why those games
I was
go
about to
like
say, really, noon for you is like 3 for me, and which with the time difference, yeah, makes sense. Oh man. So yeah, these picks were literally made, 20 minutes before we started this thing.
yeah, something like that.
Little to no research on what's going on except for past performances. So I
Ooh,
started.
right out the gate, we're on opposite sides of a game.
Which one? I see the one we're on the same side. Oh no!
Hey, this is
uh,
actually like so. I mean, all right, whatever you say.
all right, let's. I'm surprised you went with that after their bad performance, but then again, it's Tampa Bay, so you don't know. You started off. Go
So
ahead. I started off the other one.
Dallas at Detroit. Um,
Oh,
Da-
whoa! We picked opposite sides of two of them.
did we pick up? Oh yeah, we did.
I didn't even
All
see
right, cool.
it.
This is an oppositioning week. This is good.
Oh
Little drama,
wow!
little controversy.
This
We'll
is a
see
lot
how
of
this
drama.
goes.
This is too
Yeah,
much drama.
no. Like Dallas, 100% had the opportunity to beat Minnesota and had a game-winning drive going. I'm not really sure how Jason Garrett has a job left at this point. Like he's he. I don't know what it is. He just cannot lead a team when it comes to clutch situations. He's just not the tactician that's needed, or he needs better personnel around him, something to be able to get those close games, because it's not like Minnesota like absolutely dominated. Their run game dominated for sure, and Dalvin Cook ran all over the defense, right? But Detroit is not Minnesota. Detroit does not have a Dalvin Cook. And there's a chance that Matthew Stafford will be out once again for his bacchiotomy.
And
So
to even further your point on this one, Detroit is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seventh from the bottom on overall points allowed, and per game they are third from the bottom. You want to guess who's on the bottom for both total and per game? Well, it's not the same. Actually, they switch. There's
Cleveland,
no, not Cleveland. You're in the right division though.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is second from the bottom on total, and on the bottom uh per game. Them and the second person swap between those two. Any idea who the other one is?
As far as like points allowed,
Yeah, points allowed.
Tampa Bay,
Nope. We both picked them this week.
Arizona.
Arizona
I was like,
is second from the bottom on per game points allowed, their defense, and overall they are the most they allowed the most points
I found that surprising.
or
I
yards.
would looking at Tampa Bay's like a lot of Tampa Bay's games have been like really big shootouts. So I'm a little surprised that Arizona beats them out in points allowed from that perspective. But all right, but either way, I feel good. Like I feel that small spread with such a close loss bodes well. The Cowboys come out hungry. They need a win.
Yes.
They definitely need a win this week. So they come out hungry. They come out with a little bit of desperation. They need to get Zeke more involved in their offense. The play calling is putting Dak in too many situations for him to make mistakes, and that's just not. It can't continue.
I'm hoping now that Stafford was out, they'll have more time to train their backup and at least make this on a closer game. Let's go to why'd you go Miami?
Buffalo last time didn't cover the score against Miami. Granted, it was a larger score. Buffalo on the road. Miami has been, Fitzmagic. I'm really going with Fitzmagic on this one.
All right, fair enough. New Orleans.
I think the loss to Atlanta was uncharacteristic. I think that was a fluke. I really do. Even on the road at Tampa Bay, I don't think Tampa Bay has the tools to put everything together uh, to stop New Orleans, especially if they come out slinging, right?
You want a little bit of shining hope?
What?
Again, off of ESPN app, out of the most points allowed per game, the bottom of that list, Tampa Bay.
All right. See, that's what I'm saying. We have Breeze in the lineup. I think Kamara should be coming back if he did. I don't remember if he was in the lineup this last week, but he should be coming back.
You should also know that on the offensive side, Tampa Bay is third from the top in points scored.
That's true, but New Orleans defense is pretty legit. I don't see Jameis Winston being able to get away with some of the stuff that he's done against some of these other teams, and him slinging it with the way that he does and his tendency to throw picks. I think New Orleans comes away with this one pretty handedly. I'm not going to say like it's going to be a huge like blowout, but I expect like between 5 and 10 points out of the New Orleans.
Well, nothing personal, but I hope you're wrong. All right, Arizona, you and I are on the same side of this. For me personally, it was more the cover's pretty big. Division game is always a tough one. What about you?
Yeah, I think this might be a hangover game for San Francisco, having lost such a close, hard-fought game against the Seahawks. And when San Francisco was in town, the game I was at, Arizona matched up well against them and gave them a run for their money. I don't see San Francisco clearing an 11-point spread.
Yep. Arizona's also fine-tuning in a new running back from what I've been seeing these past couple of weeks.
Wait, you talking about Kenyon Drake?
I think so. There's Johnson, I think, is out, and
Again?
at least he wasn't performing.
Well, yeah, he was. I don't think he's out. I think he just wasn't performing. And Kenyon Drake looked like he was doing well. I think they needed to balance them out a little bit more. I think Edmonds should be back as well. So that combination, if David Johnson is out again, the combination of Kenyon Drake and Edmonds actually plays very similarly to how San Francisco plays Breda and Coleman, right?
Gotcha.
So I think Kyler Murray has a good thing going with Christian Kirk these days. Just really, they were able to run the ball until they really tried to press David Johnson again, who just wasn't performing. I'm hoping that they bring back. Really, I said spread. Don't see it happening. I see them be able to sling it with them, and if they get that that combination of Kenyon Drake and Edmonds just tearing up the field again, I think that opens up the pass with Christian Kirk there, and Keyshawn Johnson. Maybe little Fitz. I think they need to make some Fits in there because I think that they need to make sure that San Francisco has to account for Fitz in the slot, and they'll be able to keep it close. I'd love to see an upset. I would be ecstatic if they had an upset.
You and me both.
New
England.
You want me to go with New England? New England, fresh off a bye. I think that
so is Philly.
Yeah, but Philly hasn't been playing on the level of New England. I think this is I just looked at this and I felt this was just a really small spread for the two teams and with what's going on. I don't see Belichick and Brady being okay with their one loss, right? But the fact that San Francisco also lost, I think that opens the door for them to kind of regain that number one spot in the league. Period. I think they'll take that take that opportunity and really take it to Philly.
No, I did look at that game. I'm being this close to Philadelphia. It feels weird picking them. I don't know. I think that game could be close. It has the potential to be close. I guess it depends on how New England plays them. They definitely have the defense to hold Philly. And again, it just depends on how Philly's defense handles Brady. Finishing out mine, Jacksonville over Indianapolis. If Brissett is still out, if Hilton is still out, Foles is coming back this week. So that was the reasoning behind this pick. Hopefully they do well. We already talked about Detroit, Tampa, and Arizona. So Kansas City, it's Kansas City. Even though they're going against the Chargers, who can be a tough team. I mean, ask Green Bay, ask Oakland. They can be a tough team, but I think Kansas City has the weapons to take them out.
I don't know with KC right now. That's too much of a. I felt that was too much of a coin flip. Like the fact that like they're 3.5 point road favorites, I felt was. It felt like a trap to me. It felt like a trap game. Like it feels like that's a Vegas trap, right? Where the odds makers put it, put the road favorite like kind of right there, but a divisional team who needs wins and play with some desperation, and KC hasn't been firing on all cylinders, because they lost this last week, right? They lost week 10,
but not by much.
Yeah, they lost to Tennessee. But still, like I think that hangover, and I don't think Mahomes is as mobile as he would be at 100%. I don't think he's 100% quite yet. He's healthy enough to come back and to be able to really do some of his Mahomes wizardry that he does. But without him being mobile, I think that presents a challenge for what they've gotten used to as far as how plays evolve. Wasn't touching this game.
I'm thinking last game was them working out the kinks, and hopefully we'll see a better offense out of Kansas City.
All right. Well, worst case, there's plenty of streaming on Disney Plus.
Right. It's like, all right, this game's over. Let's go see what's on.
All right. I think that'll do it for this week's recap and
preview. Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Smash it like you've never smashed it before. Email us at theballandbeardiful@gmail.com. Look us up on Facebook. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. What was that?
Share these videos with your friends. Let more people know about this.
Friends, family,
strangers on the street.
Yes, as long as they have access to the internet, they should know about the Bald and Beardiful.
I've seen plenty of homeless people on the streets with smartphones. They have access.
Did you used to sell smartphones to homeless
people? I used to give away free smartphones to people who could not afford them. Yes. So I know they can go to the local McDonald's, have internet, and watch these videos. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.